He'll throw the ball in there. There he is now. In it goes, and it's come out on the New Zealand side, so his ambassadors might have something to say about that. Anyway, it's picked up there by Glenn Sheriff, takes it across the centre field. Harper's in there to defend for England. Nice, clean, near-side shot out towards the sideline. Those two riding over the ball. Next one to it is going to be Kit Brooks, but no, he's not. He's going to be Ollie Hipwood. And there's already been a whistle, so I think we'll wait and see. The umpires, obviously, where they consider the ball is trapped over near the sideline. Who comes in on the ball from there? That's so it's a hit on the spot, and it's taken there by John Paul Clarkin, and Clarkin brings the ball down towards the goal. Now here's New Zealand looking dangerous, but he hasn't quite got the direction there and goes left of the post. So a bit of a sigh of relief from England. They would have been hoping they could have got going early, as they did against USA yesterday. So, big hit by James Harper in the air, over the halfway line it goes. And look at Oliver Hipwood following through here. Here's England turning defence into attack. Backhand by John Paul Clarkin. Gets a bit of length on it too, but it's going to be covered there by Harper. Harper's shot bounces off Kit Brooks' pony. And Brooks will come down on the near side now and try and bring the ball forward. New Zealand. George Merrick is there. His backhand shot is covered there. Glenn Sheriff gets his pony in the way, so Merrick has to turn in there again. Now Harper picks the ball up. Here goes England over the halfway again. Big bump from John Paul Clarkin, leaves it there for Kit Brooks. Brooks' shot bounces off a pony. Next to it, Ollie Hipwood. And he's just hoping Glenn Sheriff will get out of the way. He does, so he lofts the ball in the air. Down to the right-hand corner now. James Harper running hard to it, along with John Paul Clarkin. Clarkin stick in the air. In goes Harper. Umpires blow the whistle. So, well, again, that's just a penalty in the run of play. James Harper thinking probably that John Paul Clarkin had pulled up on that one, so he had a chance to go. Anyway, Clarkin gets the free hit, brings the ball through the ruck, but it's covered there by England. Merrick's got possession of it now for England. Just taps the ball around now. In comes Sheriff. He can't do much with it. Picked up by Ollie Hipwood. He drives it down towards the goal, but it pushes it out to the left, and no score results. So it will be a hit in from the back line by New Zealand. England doing most of the attacking now. New Zealand got going early, but England have had a couple of scoring. Well, they're in the scoring zone, not necessarily having a crack at goal, but this is George Merrick now bringing it around, picking the ball up, bounces it off. Well, there's players coming from every direction there, and once again the whistle blows. So let's see. England heading down into their defensive half, so it looks like New Zealand will get the shot. Hit on the spot again, not a severe penalty. These just these players keen to get at the ball early in the game, and it's resulting in a few people coming across the line. Harper and John Paul Clarkin very competitive for possession, so that's likely to happen. John Paul Clarkin brings it along the boards. In comes Ollie Hipwood. They're really quick to the ball, the England side. Really, there's a loose one there. In comes Clarkin now. Clarkin tries to clear the ball from New Zealand. Turned around by Ollie Hipwood. Bounces off the boards. In comes Kit Brooks. Cuts the ball in towards centre field. Kicked off to Harper's pony. Hipwood's going to pick up that pass. No, he's taken off it there by John Paul Clarkin, who plays a near side backhand and puts it through the goal. Well, talk about taking advantage of every opportunity. That ball just popped up in front of John Paul, and he turned around, near side shot. Nobody in the way, nobody there. Right through the centre it goes. So New Zealand out to a one-goal lead here against the run of play a little bit. So England may just have to be a little careful that they don't leave players unmarked. They went in all guns blazing against the USA, and that worked for them. But this New Zealand side might just be a little bit more able to defend that sort of play. Anyway, it's Kit Brooks, digs it out again for New Zealand. They're down the attacking half still. He'll drive it in towards goal. John Paul Clarkin comes through, but the whistle's gone before we worry about where that ball goes. And I think it might have been New Zealand coming across the line there, keen to score, and have just infringed, so James Harper teeing the ball up. He's just having a chat to Ollie Hipwood, so there's probably a little bit of tactics going on here. George Merrick is up the front. He's trying to get away from a man. Out to the left goes Ollie Hipwood. Out to the left goes the ball from the free hit. Hipwood comes in now. Cuts the backhand under the pony's tail, but in comes Kit Brooks to worry him for the next shot. Now picked up by Merrick. Merrick passes to Harper. Harper takes it up to Ollie Hipwood. Good team play here, passing the ball to one another now. Hipwood shot out to the left, looking for a bit of clear ground. In comes John Paul Clarkin. And he's taken the ball to the boards, turns his pony around now, puts it high in the air, and that'll drop down nearly over my nose. So the ball goes out spectacularly. So umpire JJ Alberti will put the ball in from the sideline, and it's going to be dug out there by George Merrick, who then plays a strong backhand shot. John Paul Clarkin in defence. James Harper running hard with him to the ball. John Paul looks over his shoulder, decides that he'll play it back into centre field, and it's beautifully covered by Ollie Hipwood. Read that nicely. He'll go round the corner with this one. So trying to drag a New Zealander with him, but they're not coming, so he has to play the ball forward. Clarkin's back there, deep in defence. Hipwood on the stick side, cuts the ball in towards the goal, but it's not quite got the angle he needs, and it goes out to the right of the post. So it remains 1-0. New Zealand in the lead. So now Clarkin takes the ball out towards the left-hand side, looking to get away from this pretty solid English defence. New Zealand, despite that goal, haven't been able to get into the attacking half much at all. And once again, the Englanders have taken the ball away, put out towards the sideline there now, picked up by James Harper. Harper dragging the ball around the corner. All 6 players in there fighting for it now. Ventures George Merrick, plays the ball down towards the goal. Taken out of harm's way by Glenn Sheriff. He gets a pony motoring now, but it steps out on him a bit. Still gets the near side shot in. 30 seconds left in the chukker. In comes Glenn Sheriff now. Still cleans the ball up, but it bounces a little awkwardly for him. George Merrick's backhand shot puts it into centre field. Ollie Hipwood tipping around. No, there's not a lot of time left in this chukker. They've got to get into the attacking half. Now he plays the backhand. He'll play it off the boards there. Looks for George Merrick. He's there to pick up the pass. Where's Harper? Harper's gone out to the left. Now in comes Kit Brooks. Kit Brooks' shot takes it along the boards. George Merrick now with a second to go. There goes the bell, but they're going to be on the halfway to start the second half. And John Paul Clarkin just using his nose to put the ball back on the ground. So here it goes. Bang. And no, he caught it on the chest. So it bounces down. So New Zealand will be pretty happy with that. They're leading by a goal in a game where they probably didn't have much of the possession. So against a bit of run of play. So England will have to try and develop an answer for this strong New Zealand defence. They've been attacking but not able to get the ball through the goal. The residential towers and the villas. The villas, of course, will be lined up along, well, are lined up along the full-size polo field. So we're back in play now, and the ball goes in as dug out by George Merrick, but Kit Brooks comes in and takes it, another crack at it, but finally it's John Paul Clarkin pushes it forward, so James Harper has to go back, and he puts it out on the side, and that's Hipwood's side there. He's just going to pick the ball up off the thing, feints for the backhand, tries to tap it forward. In goes Glenn Sheriff, fights him for the ball, but Hipwood gets hold of it. Now Hipwood on the near side, on the offside, brings it down to the scoring zone. John Paul Clarkin in defence, can't come on him. Picked up there by Hipwood, it's sitting up there. Oh, it's buried, trodden on by a pony. In comes Kit Brooks, tries to dig the ball out. Does so too, but doesn't get a lot of length on it. James Harper's shot is trapped by Kit Brooks again. He'll take it out to the sideline, so again I'll let off there for this New Zealand side. They've been very good at stopping the goals, even though the attack is strong. So coming now, George Merrick. Merrick applies a little backhand shot. Hipwood can't do much with it. Glenn Sheriff's pony does the right thing and kicks it forward for him. And here goes New Zealand on the attack now. In goes Merrick, gives him a big bump for his trouble. He'll watch it go to the right of the post. Oh, I think he might have got to stick to that. Let's see. There goes the shot from Glenn Sheriff. Merrick's there, and he thinks it's going through the goal, so he puts it out over the back line. That's a better result than a goal, but it means that a defended goal penalty will go to the New Zealand side, and it's John Paul Clarkin. 8 goals, very, very sound penalty hitter. So although it's been a bit of a bogeyman for a lot of very sound penalty hitters, this snow polo, because this ball is very hard to hit in a straight line. Any spin on it, it'll drift off. So in goes. You can only take one shot at it, and that's what's happened to JP. He's just hit it a little bit left of centre, puts that clockwise spin on the ball, and away it drifts out to the right. So let off there for England. Almost a certain goal. So here's James Harper, and gee, his hit-ins have been great right through these 2 games. We've watched him play, and he brings it right up off the halfway. Big bump there from Glenn Sheriff and Ollie Hipwood. Hipwood eventually a little backhand shot by John Paul Clarkin, turned around now by Kit Brooks. Brooks is there, so is Clarkin. Clarkin coming in, and umpire's not happy with that one. So you can see if you, if we can get a replay on that, that when Kit Brooks hit the backhand, James Harper was right on the line with him and followed that ball straight down the line. So the only way that JP Clarkin could come in on that ball, he had to come from an angle. He thought probably he could get there in time, but the umpire said, no, you're a bit close. So a hit on the spot will be awarded to New Zealand. It'll be taken by James Harper. In the meantime, they found a bit of debris, probably a horseshoe in the snow. It's very dangerous. If a horse treads on that, it can trip them. So the umpires given the ball. JJ Alberti with the horseshoe there. He'll probably just take it to the back line. Looks like George Merrick has changed a horse. Any time the players feel the horse is resisting the bit or not enjoying itself or starting to get a bit tired, rather than knock the horse around at all, they will go and change it for a fresh one. So George Merrick comes back on the field. JJ Alberti's back on the field. James Harper is on the field and taking the penalty now, right out in the right corner. He gets it, rolls it nicely too. That's gone down right into the hitting position there. Merrick on the end of that, bouncing ball, beats him for the 3rd shot. Backed out there by Brooks, hits a pony, and Glenn Sheriff has just decided to step off. If he doesn't call coming, getting off, then he will owe the rest of the players a drink. Leading the count at the moment, I think, is Tom de Bruin from South Africa, who came off 3 times in his game. There here we are again, just going around there, and the pony just spins on him, and he almost gets jammed up between a couple of horses there. So, but he's back on board, obviously, and ready to go. We don't see a lot of really bad falls here. It's mostly on the icy surface, the ponies losing their footing and just tipping players out of the saddle. And of course, these players very, very fit. Modern-day polo players are actually very, very well-conditioned athletes. And New Zealand gets possession of the throw-in from towards the sideline. Kit Brooks takes it forward. John Paul Clarkin's there. He's hooked out of the play by Harper. James Harper turning up, Clarkin turning up, those two over the ball. Merrick has to dig it out of a hole, but he's done it well. Plays it on the near side. Now England on the attack. Harper gets it on the stick side. Near side for Merrick. Backhand by Glenn Sheriff, takes it out of harm's way. Ollie Hipwood's got it covered. You see Harper take J. Paul Clarkin out of the way now. So here goes Hipwood now, goes around, keeps it on the stick side, looking for goal. Now he just pushes forward. In comes Joe, and that's a lovely goal from England. Good team goal. James Harper. Well, it was Ollie Hipwood who gave him the room to move, and Harper gets the clean shot at the ball. There you see it, one bounce through the goal. That'll do, thank you. 1-all. So New Zealand wasting no time. Big shot in from JP Clarkin, takes it down to almost about 3/4 the way down the ground. Backed out there by Harper, puts it on the boards. Coming through now is John Paul Clarkin, and he takes possession, goes around the corner with it, gets away from Harper, gets away from No, he hasn't got away from Hipwood yet. He's up there in front. Merrick steals the ball as it bounces awkwardly for him now, and he puts England away again. Takes it out to the boards, leans out, bang, hits the boards. Harper comes in. He's hooked out of it there by Brooks. Brooks plays a backhand shot. Can't get hold of it. Now he'll go for the next one. In comes Ollie Hipwood. Hipwood plays through the play there, through the hook. John Paul Clark, and he's got the backhand, and look at Glenn Sheriff come out of the ruck there. Doesn't get the length he'd like, but Kid Brooks is there to pick it up. Merrick is there now. Kid Brooks again. Kid Brooks down in front of goal. It's opening up for him. Oh, picked up by James Harper. Good backhand. Ollie Hipwood and John Paul Clark and fighting for the ball. Hipwood drives the ball up towards the halfway line. A backhand by Glenn Sheriff takes it into centre field. Harper's there, can't pick it up though. In comes John Paul. John Paul Clark and shot hits Ollie Hipwood's pony. Hipwood comes around the corner with it. Umpires say no. So well, this is a really probably the toughest game we've seen so far in this. These two teams really evenly matched. I thought that might be the case with two very good players lay in the form, Harper and John Paul Clark, and who are very capable of turning a game around, and they've set their forward players up to do a bit of bash and barge in front and try and give them some room to move, and that's what's happening. So they're good tough play. Very, very close. 1-1 the score. We've got about 2 minutes left of the second chukker. So the lowest scoring game so far, but certainly the tightest and I think probably the toughest game we've seen. Glenn Sheriff just teeing this ball up now. Defended goal. Penalty for New Zealand. 1 goal all at the moment. So critical penalty here. John Paul Clarkin comes in to take the shot. And he's put it through the goal this time. So up to 2 the score for New Zealand. England 1. And John Paul Clark, and having hit the ball a bit hard the first time, didn't try and do it that time, and put it through the goal. There it goes. You see Ollie Hipwood trying to defend that goal, but couldn't get his stick in the way. So now we're back in play, and it's New Zealand still on the attack, but back there is James Harper. Now Harper gets a big bump from Kit Brooks, who turns it now, and Ollie Hipwood coming through. In comes John Paul Clark, and near side shot by Clark, and looking dangerous here for England. And picked up by Glenn Sheriff, but he's pushed it out to the left of the post. But New Zealand really starting to push into this attacking area now. Pressure on England. They'd want to keep within hitting distance all the time. No more than a goal the difference. So England need to get the next one. A minute to go on the chukker, or just under. And James Harper spins the ball out to the right-hand side. Coming up now to pick up the pass is George Merrick. Merrick takes the ball off the boards. Leans out again and plays it forward. It bounces off Glenn Sheriff's pony. Sheriff gets the backhand shot as a result of that. Now Hipwood turning up. Here's Harper. Harper's going to take Kit Brooks out of the way. Brooks trying to come up now, can get Hipwood. Hipwood plays the ball forward. 30 seconds left now, gets caught in a bit of a divot now. Merrick has to dig it out. Hipwood's got him covered. Now Oliver Hipwood feints now, taps it forward, now tries to play it underneath Kit Brooks' pony. It goes under the pony, but not far enough, because Kit Brooks has got the backhand in. So for England now, the ball spinning in a divot there, picked up by George Merrick. Merrick's shot doesn't get a lot of distance. Underneath John Paul Clark, and bang goes Kit Brooks. Takes it away from the defensive side. There goes the bell, the siren, to finish the second chukker. So what a tight and good game we're seeing here. 2-1 the score. George Merrick riding off there, just he's probably thinking about what he could have done to try and... So England, although they're down by a goal, still certainly in this game. New Zealand just having a little bit better in their last part of that chukker, and so they'll come back trying to consolidate on this lead. It's going to be dug out by James Harper, but finally John Paul Clarkin gets it at the back of the ruck. Merrick has to play the backhand shot. He does it nicely, brings it up over the halfway. Clarkin's there. He spins the ball out to the sideline, and Kit Brooks is going to run onto the pass for New Zealand, takes it into centre field, picked up by George Merrick, turns it around with a bit of interest, comes off Kit Brooks' pony, and Merrick says, thank you very much, teed it up nicely for me. In comes Sheriff, plays the backhand shot, it bounces up in front of goal, nearly fouled there, I think. He came right across at an angle, but anyway, John Paul Clarkin is happy to say nothing's happened. I'll take the ball on up towards the halfway. Coming through now is Kit Brooks. Brooks' backhand shot is picked up by Hipwood. Hipwood drops the ball down in front, but his first one round is going to be Glenn Sheriff. He plays it out into a bit of clear space, but it's going to be Ollie Hipwood. Picks the ball up. Harper running hard to that one, but Clarkin's read it just as well. He'll come through, and he gets the backhand shot in now. Brooks turning up. Sheriff, the two of them fighting for the ball, and coming down the line was Ollie Hipwood. And we'll see what the umpires say about that one. Well, they're heading down towards the New Zealand end of things. So it looks like the hit goes to England. A vital one for them. If they can convert this penalty, it'll be 2-all. And psychologically, that first goal in the final chuck sometimes just gives you enough of an edge to go into a really positive approach to the next round. So James Harper comes in, coming in at reasonable speed too. He's going to try and push this one along. He puts it in the air. Let's see what the umpire says. I think the flag has gone down, so it's gone behind, so no score results. Let's just see here we can watch it from the back here. Harper shot, and he just gets that spin on it. It's so easy to do with this ball. So many of these penalty shots in the air have gone to the right. So John Paul Clarkin coming up, he and Harper playing for the ball. George Merrick on the near side, puts it up in front of goal. Back in defence, Kit Brooks. Brooks, now John Paul Clarkin. Turns the ball up, but it's come back in front of goal now. Harper, John Paul Clarkin desperately in defence there, but he's pushed the ball around and over the back line, put the spin on it, so it'll be a hit. Defended goal penalty to England. So another chance here for James Harper. And certainly in the minute or so we've had of this chukker, well, 2 minutes nearly, England have had most of the attack and been right down in the attacking half. So really nobody's game here. If they can convert a penalty and get it to 2-all, then as I said, 3 of the 4 goals will have been scored from penalties, and that one goal of JP Clarkin's early in the game was just a fantastic backhand shot against the run of play that very hard for teams to construct attacking moves in this game. JJ Alberti coming back now just to watch the spot. James Harper going back nice and deep now to play this one. And he's going to come in at slower speed this time, and this time he's corrected the right-hand spin and put it to the left. So massive sigh of relief from New Zealand. They've weathered 2 penalties, dig down their half, so can Clarkin get it away. He puts it up over the sideline. I'm not sure that's what he'd want to do. He'd try and clean the ball up. This now gives England another opportunity to get possession in the attacking half. And out it comes on the England side. First to it now is going to be Kit Brooks. Brooks' shot doesn't get a lot of distance, picked up though by Glenn Sheriff, and he's followed JP's lead. No, he hasn't put it out. He's put it right on the boards. Backed up there by George Merrick. Goes high in the air. And Ollie Hipwood trying to keep it in play, but not successful. It bounces off the boards, and so 2-1, New Zealand in the lead. And, well, a game as close as this, still plenty of time for either team. Certainly if New Zealand can put a couple of goals on now they're on the attack, they're going to be hard to cover. He puts the ball up to the goal. Oh, it bounces and it hits the post and it's gone through. And so just over the line. Well, I think, again, you'd probably call that a lucky goal because poor old Brazil yesterday hit the post 3 times and none of them went in. New Zealand's hit it once and it's gone through. So from the back, James Harper. Now, a lot of work to do, England. In comes, now picked up, turned around there by Ollie Hipwood, but the New Zealanders sitting back nice and deep. Kid Brooks has got it under the pony's tail. John Paul Clarken's in there now. It comes off Harper's pony. It's dug out by George Merrick. Merrick will try and clear the ball. Harper's got it. In comes Sheriff. George Merrick trying to get this ball clear for England, and he does so too. He's finally got it away from the real danger zone. Backed in by John Paul Clark, and straight to goal. On the end of it is Kit Brooks. He'll drive it up now, and that's 3 goals to New Zealand. And again, his accuracy and his distance is good. It just dribbles over the line, so now England in a bit of trouble. New Zealand. Watch this, he just brings the ball up there now. Kit Brooks drives the ball up and it just almost stops, but then bounces over the line. So that 3rd goal for New Zealand. Now England have to get going. They've got 2 minutes left to score 2 goals. Ollie Hipwood's doing his darndest. Here he comes off the back now, picks it up on the bounce. Out comes Brooks. Once again, he's done a bit of damage, Kit Brooks here. He's played a very strong defensive game, and the minute he gets the ball, he's hitting it up, giving John Paul Clark plenty of time at the back to look for things. But here comes George Merrick. Now it's England on the attack. Can Merrick keep control here? There's nobody going to stop him if he can hit it. It's picked up by, and bounces in, and there's the 2nd goal to England. So they're back in it. Another one off the stick and off the post. So 3-4 the score. Sorry, 4-2 the score. So and it goes on to the boards, picked up there by George Merrick. He'll turn the ball around now. They've still got a minute, and they might have a penalty here too. So just Ollie Hipwood's pretty confident. He's going to hang around there for the free hit on the spot, and he'll hand it over to his captain, James Harper. So 4-2 the score, a minute to go. Can James Harper put it down for a score here? That's the great thing about this snow polo, is there's only 2 points in the game. Even if we have a draw, we'll have a shootout. So, and James Harper brings the ball down, trapped by Ollie Hipwood. He'll bring it up towards goal. From there, he'll try and keep control. He's got plenty of black shirts around there giving him a hard time. Glenn Sheriff plays the ball back, but it's going to be Merrick. Picks the ball up, it bounces off Kit Brooks. Goes over the back line. And that is either a penalty from the play or it's going to be a force. No, it's just gone over the back line. So umpires call play. We're back in. And John Paul Clarken plays the ball out towards the sideline. He's going to play it safe. Kit Brooks dives in and picks it up. Now, Hipwood round the corner. He's got 40 seconds to score here. No, they need to score twice. He's got 20 seconds. Now, out of the ruck comes George Merrick. There goes the bell to give us 30 seconds to play. And John Paul Clarken won't try and do anything fancy here. He just needs to keep control of the ball for 30 seconds. He runs it up towards goal, though. In comes Glenn Sheriff. Can they score again from here? Ollie Hipwood, in the last dying seconds of the game, leaves the ball sitting up there, turned around by Kit Brooks, and pushes it over the back line. So the whistle blows, the clock stops, and England will get a penalty hit. So is there time? Probably not. But we'll take it back now to give them 10 seconds at least from this penalty. So England teeing it up. Hipwood will play the ball. That means Harper's going to go up. So bang it goes, up over the field, and they're not even going to play anymore because they knew that in a second the siren is going to blow and they couldn't score 2 goals. So well done, New Zealand. They were reasonably competitive last year, but they look very strong this year. I thought England after that, after their game yesterday, were going to be very, very hard to beat any time in this tournament. That proved to be the case, but New Zealand found an answer to it. And John Paul Clark doing a massive amount of damage coming from the centre.